Guys, I'm back to my Raw review, and we're like now 5 days away from Money in the Bank, and it's going to be really awesome, in my opinion. I think it should be good. I think they've built up this pay-per-view well. I'm liking the whole, obviously the main event, you know, CM Punk, John Cena, that's going to be like awesome, like, you know, like I've been saying for like ages. I think the World Heavyweight title match would be good as well, and also both of the Money in the Bank matches. I'm liking it now. They've actually kind of started like building a bit between them and like making it actually kind of interesting, like who actually wins. So yeah, overall I think the pay-per-view is actually looking really good. Raw this week I enjoyed very much, and like a lot of it obviously was Cena, Punk and Vince McMahon, like at the start, like, and at the end, like lots of obviously like talking, lots of kind of, you know, just furthering like, you know, the like feud between them and stuff. So it's really good. So I think if you haven't seen Raw yet, you should watch it just for like those bits, because, you know, some of the stuff that they said and did, it was like actually really good and really enjoyable. CM Punk obviously opens up the show. Really big reaction from the crowd, obviously, you know. Even it's kind of funny because it's, you know, it's in Boston, which obviously is seen as like hometown, but he just gets booed so badly. Normally it doesn't really matter if you're like a face or a heel, you'll always get cheered in your hometown, but he just got completely like booed out of the building. Everybody cheers for CM Punk, which obviously, you know, I guess you have to kind of expect it at the moment because of like the feud that's going on, but I guess being booed in your hometown's got to be a bit disappointing, really. But, you know, so yeah, he comes out, he obviously has got like a megaphone, you know, in case his mic gets cut off, so that's quite funny. He says, yeah, the reason he got suspended was because he had the guts to say what like nobody else had the guts to say, and you know, he's done like, you know, like a favour. He's like made wrestling like relevant in the real world, because people like, you know, who wouldn't like normally be into it are actually talking about it. Obviously, like he started to say that like ECW wanted him on the shows and stuff. I was like, that's wrong. He's like corrected himself and said ESPN. But yeah, he was just basically saying, yeah, like all these people who wouldn't normally care about wrestling suddenly wanted to talk to him and wanted to hear his views and stuff. And he said that there's going to be obviously a live contract negotiation later on in the show between him and Vince. And he said that maybe he'll make Vince join his Kiss My Ass club, which is quite funny. So a lot of people, you know, who obviously have watched wrestling for a long time will remember Vince's one. I remember that at the time. That was one of the funniest things like I'd seen at the time. And I remember watching that. I'm sure it was on SmackDown that happened, when obviously The Rock and Rikishi made Vince, yeah, kiss Rikishi's ass. That was pretty funny. That was a long time ago now. That must be like 10, what are we talking, like 10 years ago now that actually happened, which is actually crazy. But, you know, so yeah, then John Cena comes out, like I said, gets booed. Nobody likes Cena in like Boston anymore. And basically he just, to the point, bluntly tells CM Punk to shut up, stop with all like, you know, the rubbish, and he's going to get straight to the point that he's going to kick his ass on Sunday. So, you know, that's, like, I've got to say, like, when Cena's in that kind of character, when he's talking, you know, like, when he's not making, like, stupid jokes and, you know, being like, oh, I'm the best, all this kind of stuff, he can talk, he can do good stuff. Like, those kind of promos are interesting, where he's talking more like, not like a heel, but like when he's talking like the old kind of John Cena, like, you know, like the, not in the rapid, I can't find it, but I hope you know what I mean. Like when he's like, yeah, not in his like normal like old super babyface gimmick. When he talks like as more like of a normal kind of guy, he's actually can cut like good promos and stuff, and they're actually interesting. So yeah, the GM like says that, you know, Cena's going to be in a match now, so he has to face David Hunter and Mike McGillicuddy in a handicap match. Like I said, Nexus suck. All the matches that they're in are really boring. So yeah, Cena wins with the attitude adjustment, like as if anyone didn't see that coming anyway. Divas match, Kelly versus, I'm sure it was Melina. Like, I mean, I haven't seen her for ages. They didn't even, like, you know, they didn't actually announce her. The commentators didn't mention her name. They were just like, oh, another victory for Kelly, when she won. So they're obviously like really like not caring about Melina at all. I'm sure she appears like, you know, like once, like every kind of, you know, few months now. The Bella Twins are at ringside, they're just constantly talking about it. So, see, what annoys me is, like, they do all this stuff with the women, right? Remember, obviously, like, last year or the year before, whenever it was, they obviously had the whole thing with, like, Mickie James, like, Michelle McCool and Layla were taking the mick out of her, saying that she was fat. And now with, like, Kelly, the Bella Twins are saying, they're taking the mick, saying that she doesn't, like, eat and stuff, saying that she eats, like, once every few months. And I really dislike it when they do, like, angles like that, because it's, you know, it's like implying that, you know, people, they have like got like imperfections and there's stuff wrong with them, and it's really annoying. Like obviously the Mickie James storyline, saying that, you know, kind of like she was like fat and all that, was, you know, there was like no need for that. Things like that are not like funny subjects. I mean, you know, I'm not like fat, but like I like obviously have kind of like issues and stuff about that, and like people have said that to me before. What, like someone who I thought was my friend at school, like pretty much like implied that I was fat, and it had like a really kind of long lasting effect. So I don't really think that they should be like doing storylines like that. It's, you know, I mean, you can take a joke, like with the whole thing with like Vicky Guerrero, it's obviously, you know, kind of a joke, but when they kept going on and on about it like every single week and stuff, so if they're going down this whole route now, I still think it's kind of, you know, a good idea, because personally, I know Kelly's thin, but I don't think she's like, you know, not like stick thin or anything, so I don't know. I'm kind of going into a rant about the storylines they do for the Divas now, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, Kelly gets sick of them talking, so she like attacks one of them, whichever one it is, I can't remember. But then Eve comes out and tries to help, but the Bellas like take like Kelly and Eve out basically, so they leave victorious. So it's going to be Kelly versus whichever Bella it is that was the champion before. Is it Brie, Nikki? I don't know which one it is. Basically, she's facing one of the Bellas like in a Divas Championship match at Money in the Bank, so that should be interesting, not? Miz comes out, does like, so this is like the kind of segment to do with all the Money in the Bank people, which is quite nice. Miz obviously comes out and he's sat on top of the ladder. He says that he still has what it takes to be champion. He's going to win Money in the Bank. Swagger interrupts and like starts to say, talking about like the fact that he, has been he's won Money in the Bank as well. So Miz kind of replies with, "Let me ask you something like, wants to ask a philosophical question. If someone won Money in the Bank, cashed it on the same night, and everybody forgot that it actually happened," because that's true. Like nobody remembers Jack Swagger as champion because his reign was absolutely terrible. At least Miz's one, people are going to remember it because it lasted through WrestleMania and the whole thing with Cena and Rock and everything. But yeah, so then basically all the competitors who are in Money in the Bank, except for Rey Mysterio, come out. R-Truth, when he came out, was the funniest thing ever, because he was talking about his phobias and stuff, and I'm sure he says he's got I can't even think what it is. I know he was talking about arachnophobia is obviously the fear of spiders, but whatever the one fear of heights is, so he's saying it's a conspiracy, him being in Money in the Bank because he's afraid of heights. But then he was going on about spiders, and he was if there's a spider in the briefcase is gonna get got. And it's what are you talking about? The commentators were killing themselves laughing during it. It was, it's just the way that he can talk up such a load of rubbish, and make absolutely no sense whatsoever, and it's just genius. I don't think anyone else could make such a great kind of talker by talking absolute nonsense, really. But then Del Rio is the last one to come out, and he says he shouldn't even be in Money in the Bank, because he's already beaten Cena and he's supposed to be, number one contender, so he says it's ridiculous, he shouldn't even be in the match. But then the general manager decides to make a 6-man tag match between Kofi Evans, Bourne and Alex Riley against Miz, Jack Swagger and R-Truth. Fairly decent match, lots of lots of spots and stuff. Then Riley hasn't been in the whole match. He comes in at the end and wins straight away with a DDT on Swagger. But then Del Rio comes down and literally attacks everyone with a ladder. And is left as the kind of only one kind of standing in the ring. I never actually realised, Michael, I'm sure he said this, I never realised that Rey Mysterio has never actually been in a Money in the Bank ladder match before. That actually surprised me, considering how long, the Money in the Bank has been going on for. Was it six years now they've been doing it, I think? Because it was WrestleMania 2005, or WrestleMania 21 when they started it, wasn't it? So yeah, about 6 years. And the fact that he's never actually been in one, considering he's that kind of wrestler who's been in ladder matches and stuff. I just naturally assumed that he'd been in one, so I was quite surprised when he said that he hadn't. Anyway, I'm rambling about things. But yeah, no, so I said I'd give you guys a prediction for this one, didn't I? Obviously, I said that I think I'm going to go with Sheamus for my SmackDown Money in the Bank winner. But the Raw one, well, the really obvious choice is Alberto Del Rio, and because everyone's saying that it's already booked him versus Cena at SummerSlam. So that would kind of imply that he's going to win, but honestly, that just seems far too obvious, because I remember we were saying before, was it it must have been last year's WrestleMania, that Drew McIntyre was going to win, and then he did nothing in the match. So I don't really know. But I'm trying to think who else I could see winning. I don't know. I can't see Rey Mysterio winning it, to be honest. I think Kofi Kingston's kind of got a chance. I could see Kofi winning. They seem to become. For some reason I thought Ziggler was in this match, but he's obviously not. I don't want Miz to win again. That would just be annoying. I can't see Alex Riley. He's not ready. R-Truth. Maybe Evan Bourne and Jack Swagger. I don't think so. Basically, it's probably going to be between Kofi, Del Rio, and R-Truth. Del Rio is the really obvious choice, but if not Del Rio, I think I probably might go for Kofi. That could be completely wrong, but I don't care. I'm just going to pick someone because he hasn't really been in because he obviously was facing Orton. It was in a feud with Orton when he was champion a while back, and that actually wasn't a bad feud, to be honest. So I think he's got potential because he doesn't really seem to be doing a lot otherwise. So yeah, Del Rio or Kofi I'm going to go for. I think that's my prediction. It's probably going to be completely wrong, but whatever. So then we have Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Big Show. Oh, I have to say that segment that they did with Vicky, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler was awful. It was just not funny, the one they were talking about what Vince's breath smelled like. I mean, it was really awful. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. It was not funny at all. It was just stupid. But yeah, so Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in a handicap match against the Big Show. Basically, Dolph Ziggler does nothing, and this match he's just hiding because, like, you know, Big Show's completely like destroying Drew McIntyre. But obviously, he goes up like onto the stage and he goes to like chokeslam Ziggler off. Not Ziggler. He goes to chokeslam Drew McIntyre off the stage, but then Mark Henry just charges across and pushes him off. And I mean, I don't know if it kind of went wrong, because I mean, like, I know they're supposed to look hurt afterwards, but like, they really did look, Mark Henry really did look like he'd really kind of hurt himself, but he obviously just charged across and pushed Big Show off. So like, Drew McIntyre kind of went flying that way, and then Big Show and Mark Henry like landed like together. But it was a nice bump, don't get me wrong, it looked really good, but it just looked like they kind of actually had really like hurt themselves. But yeah, no, so there wasn't really very many matches on Raw. Obviously, I know they have like I said, they had a lot of like talking, a lot of like promo kind of segments and stuff. So then obviously like the final bit, so it's the contract negotiation between Vince McMahon and CM Punk. CM Punk is just a genius talking. He actually is. Like, I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, you've just turned into like a CM Punk fan like now because you know he's doing something. But like I've always said, I've never had an actual problem. I think like I never used to like, because I was like a complete like Jeff Hardy like freak. So obviously at the time I didn't like him when he was feuding with Jeff Hardy. But I've never like said that he's not good on the mic. I've always thought he's like a good talker, he's a good heel, he makes you like actually hate him. So that's the whole point. Like I even argued back on my old channel at the time because everyone was like, oh, you're just like a super like Jeff Hardy like geek. But that's the whole point. His job is to make you hate him, and if he's making people really not like him, then obviously he's doing a good job. So I've never actually said that CM Punk isn't good. It's just now obviously what he's saying, he's actually saying what we all think, so you know, makes it a lot better when he's actually making you agree with him, not actually hate him for what he's saying. If that makes sense. I'm kind of rounding. So obviously CM Punk comes out and he just says that he's changed the contract, you know, he wants like Vince to do a whole lot of stuff for him, he wants his own like jet, he wants his face on everything, even WWE ice cream bars. Now that sounds epic. Did we ever get those in England? I don't ever recall such a thing. I even went and asked my mom, I was like, Mom, did we ever have ice cream bars when I was younger? Because I just don't think we did. That would have been so awesome. I think, yeah, they should have sold those in England. That just sounds like epic. And the fact that he actually, like, just the way that CM Punk was like, I've just made you $1 million sale in ice cream, because obviously, like, the fans were, like, chanting, like, ice cream bars then for about, like, 5 minutes. So, you know, that, ice cream bars, seriously, that would be so awesome. But, yeah, no, he said that he wants to be in a movie, main event at WrestleMania, but most of all, he wants an apology from Vince for, like, his suspension, and, you know, apologise to the fans, you know, because obviously he's not giving them what they want, and, like, for all the people, you know, like talented guys who've come and been like fired, like, you know, like Luke Gallows and like Colt Cabana and stuff like that. So obviously, yeah, he's just like really like saying all this stuff. So kind of going like what he was obviously like in his promo a couple of weeks ago, just really not caring like exactly like what he's saying. Vince, you know, obviously like doesn't want to give an apology, and then he actually does, you know. So obviously CM Punk's like celebrating the fact that, you know, he's actually got Vince McMahon to apologise to him. And Vince is literally about to sign like CM Punk's contract with what, even though it's got all the crazy stuff that he said that he wants. But Cena comes out again, like being booed like loads, and obviously Vince is looking at him like, what are you doing? So yeah, and he says that CM Punk is a hypocrite. He's like, you know, finally like kind of doing like saying all this stuff like what the people want, getting them to, you know, like buy into what he's saying and like watch the match and stuff. But then he's just gonna leave. So, you know, he's really not doing them any favours. He's, you know, just going to basically ditch them. He doesn't actually care about them because he's just going to go, walk out. Punk then says, because like, earlier on in the show, like Cena said that people, like, he's not like a pushover. CM Punk's not going to beat him easily. Like a load of like all the old superstars used to say that John Cena wasn't good enough to kind of, you know, wrestle with them. You know, he was always like the underdog. But then Punk saying that now he is, Cena thinks that he's the best and that everybody else is kind of like below him and can't kind of like compete with him. And then he kind of did like a whole load of stuff like comparing all these, like, I'm sure it's like baseball teams, but obviously that meant nothing to me because obviously I'm not American, I don't follow baseball. So I was just like, okay, obviously I could see the crowd were getting kind of, you know, angry and stuff about what he was saying, but I obviously haven't got a clue what it was supposed to mean. But obviously then Cena like punched CM Punk in the face. And it was a bit like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Cena doesn't normally like lose his cool that much, to be honest. And then Punk, you know, just kind of like storms off and says, you know, basically he is leaving, like, you know, no, like he's not even going to like stay, he's not going to do anything anymore, he's just going to win at Money in the Bank and leave, and then rips up the contract. Don't you guys love my hand gestures? The fact that I actually like imitate what I've actually seen on the show. So he just rips up the contract, and that's like how it finishes. Obviously Vince is like, uh-oh, you know, because he actually thought that he was going to get CM Punk to stay. but he didn't, so he failed. So yeah, no, it was a good episode of Raw. I feel like I talked a lot there. I hope you guys are still with me. I haven't, like, you know, made your brain go a bit like crazy from like information overload. But no, it was really good. I like, you know, like I've been saying for ages, I really can't wait for Money in the Bank. But you know, it's going to be really awesome. So hopefully SmackDown, yeah, can like just build up their feud a bit. Obviously, everyone probably is going to be watching it for CM Punk and Cena. Like, you know, obviously Randy Orton and Christian should be good, but I think it's safe to say that the whole kind of thing is kind of resting on CM Punk and Cena's match and how like that goes down. Really, that's all everyone really cares about. My voice is going really funny. Not good. I think I need a drink now. See, I talk so much and my throat goes like completely funny. I feel like I talk more like in 10 minutes than like a normal person would speak in like an hour. Someone told me at work the other day, they were like, I'm really, like, I don't know how you don't like breathe, because like I don't really breathe that much when I'm talking. But anyway, that's like completely like off topic now. I'm gonna stop talking, so yeah. Thanks for watching this video. Leave your thoughts on, like, you know, Raw and stuff, and obviously if you're gonna be watching a pay-per-view on Sunday, I hope most of you are. You should. I think you should. Watch it for me. So then we can, like, you know, you can give your thoughts on it, like, while I do my review as well. So yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Almost at 400 subscribers now, which I think is pretty cool. Haven't checked it yet today. Yesterday it was on, I think, 398, so that's not bad, seeing as it wasn't that long ago that I did a video saying, yay, 300, and now it's like almost 400, so thanks to everyone who's, like, obviously watches my videos all the time and stuff. It's really awesome. So yeah, anyway, I'm going now, so thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!